All right, good afternoon, everyone. This is Dan Hunt with the JSKA Rochester Virtual Dojo. It is November 16th and Tuesday, and today we are going to work on some basic improvements, and then also go through all of our Heian katas as well as our Tekki katas. So Tekki 1, 2, and 3. So we will get started here right now. So let me put this on Spotlight. Okay, and as always, if you have a question, feel free to reach out and let's see if we can get it answered. Okay, all right, feet together. Okay, so the other day we had a couple different things that we were working on. So we worked on the hip rotation, as well as we worked on being able to create the blocks with the proper connection in our center and in our back. Okay, so I kind of like to take both of those and kind of combine that exercise a little bit to try and see if we can get both the connection parts as well as the punching part. So one of the things, a reminder, let's everybody kind of come up here. Okay, take your arms and pull them back so that they are nice and tight in here, as tight as you can make it, and then tight in your chest too. Okay, take a feel. This should be about 1 fist at the elbow to your body. Okay, this is the proper positioning, front to back, of your Sotuki, Gedanbarai, Uchuke, and Shutoke. Same position. That allows the pectoral, shoulder, lat muscles all to kind of connect all this together. So, and the way you tell this is if you took something fairly heavy and you went like this, you would be holding that at its tightest spot. You could even hold it up to here, and that'd be fine too. But if you check it, it'd be about fist width away from your body. Okay, so what I want to do from here is, from here, I want you to tense this to like your tensest spot. 1, 2, 3. So tense all of this. 4 and 5. Okay, so now the challenge is when you're making movement, you got to expand all this, and then you got to tense it at the right time. So what happens is folks will get here and they'll tense this side and then forget to tense the pectorals, or they'll go here, they'll tense the pectoral and not tense the lat enough, and then that's why you get the wobble at times. Okay, so let's just do this real quick with some of our blocks. Okay, so we're going to step in, left leg forward, Sotuki. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Notice the elbow is high and comes around, so the body's moving, not just the elbow. This whole arm is moving. Okay, other leg. Itch. Knee. Notice my elbow covers my center, and I move my hip out of the way too. Some slow still. She tense all this, hand under here. Go. All right, good. Uchuki this time. Itch. Bring those elbows together. Knee. Notice arm position is at the edge of the body this time, on the outside over here. Sorry, left leg. Some Chi. Go. Tense that whole corner. Chest, lats, deltoids. Now right side. Itch. Knee. Thumb. And she. All right, now I want you to go back to Sotuke. Open the hip fast, block quick, sink and lunge out into a front stance, starting with your left. Make it fast. Now you have to quickly tense shoulder, pectoral, lat, all at the same time. Itch. And then tighten your stomach all together with it too. Knee. Notice how sharp that stops for me. Thumb. She. Go. Again, the right side this time. Make sure you open your hips too. Itch. Knee. Thumb. Really tense that shoulder, lat, pectoral. She. One more. Go. Good. Now back to Uchiuke. Very quick. Okay, make sure you bring your arms. Okay, so right arm's going straight, left arm is going elbow, crotch of the elbow to the other elbow. That way you're bringing the whole arm around, not just flipping. Ready? Left leg, left arm. Itch. Knee. Thumb. She. And go. All right, good. Other leg, right leg. Itch. Knee. Thumb. Tighten that whole corner. She. Go. All right. Now let's go back to Sotuke, and we're going to add a Gyakuzuki. Okay, so when you make this Sotuke, this one here, this coming back has to have a stop. So if you just float it, it's going to, it'll stay loose and everything, but the stopping part has to have something to firmly stop against so that you can release it and go again. So when you make this Sotuke, it needs to stop, 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 stop. Not slowly stop, coast in, and then explode again. Okay, so in between, everything stays all loosey-goosey. Just enough energy in your muscles to kind of keep things on track. But at the very end, there has to be a sudden squeeze to stop it. Same thing when you open up the hip, there has to be this stop into the back foot so I can push off of it. Okay, so let's step forward. Let's just do it slow again, Sotuke. Okay, just try and keep nice even pace. Not necessarily slow, but just medium pace so you get a stop into your back leg and then drive in again. Itch. Knee. Thumb. She. Stop, stop. Go. Stop, stop. All right, now quicken that up. Here we go. Itch. Knee. Thumb. She. Go. All right, let's go right leg this time. Yeah, medium pace. Create the stop against your left back leg and against the outside edge of your foot. Itch. Knee. Thumb. Notice the belt moves. Chi. go. All right, quicken it up. It's knee, thumb, chi, go. Good. Now uchuke. Same thing, medium pace to start off with. Hitch, knee, thumb, chi, go. Quicker now. Hitch, knee, thumb, chi, go. Other legs. Just an easy pace. Hitch, knee, thumb, chi, go. All right, quicker. Hitch, knee, thumb, chi, go. All right, good. All right, so now I want to see what you guys are doing. We'll go back to Sotoki, full speed, and see how it goes. All right, here we go. Starting left leg. Hitch, knee, thump, chi, go. Do 5 more. Hook, hitch, hutch, coup. Okay, Eric, you got hands open while you're in the middle. As soon as you bring it up to do something, close that hand, okay? Hachi. There you go. Coup. Chu. All right, good. Now let's switch to the other side. Okay, so pay close attention to where your hikite is going as you're preparing. Okay, so walk. Some of you are doing this. This stays right here. Some of you are kind of, it's up here, but it's not quite pulled back. So think of this as going out to start with, out to start with. Remember, this here, this preparation for this could be part of the block. Could be that haymaker catch. Bam. Okay. This could be a punch in their face or a palm heel in their face while this one blocks and then strikes. Or it could be this one catches, bam, busts up their elbow. Okay. So send that backside hand forward toward the face. Okay. Be specific about where you're putting it. I don't really care if it's chudan or jodan. Just do it the same or make a conscious decision where it goes. Would like to see it fisted, but open hands fine too, just not fingertips forward. Okay. All right, here we go. Right leg. Hitch. With reverse punch. Hip. Marty, you got a little bit of a cant going on both when you lift up, both sides. Thump. That's better. Chi. All right, so Dirk, you have a little bit of a pause here. Okay, So as you're bringing this up, you should already be sinking and start moving forward, okay? So try not to go here and then sink and go. As you lift this up, this should already be progressing forward. Chi. Go. All right, good. Let's keep going. Sichi. Hutch. Did Andy, good job. Ku. All right, Elaine, looks like that elbow is just getting a little bit high on the block. It's kind of coming across here and then it starts to rise up. Okay, so think about trying to keep it down in your wheelhouse where you can keep this and this tense. If it goes up, actually, let's everybody do this. Take your elbows to where you're the strongest. Now I want you to bring it up. What do you feel starts to loosen? Yeah, your lat muscle. Now I want you to bring it down and back. This, right? You can still get it there, but it's not as tight. And also this deltoid seems to break away too. Okay, and then as you bring it out here, this isn't as tense either. Okay, so right in here, you can feel it. Actually, you can just stick your fingers here and just see how you feel how it loosens and it gets flatter, right? So anything that gets nice and tight here, this is the spot you want to be in at the very end. Okay, let's do 3 more. Sotuki, Gyaksuki, right hand forward. Hitch. She. Go. All right. All right, good. All right, did we do Uchuke? Let's do Uchuke together, okay? All right, so let's do this left leg. Make sure you bring your elbows tight. Hitch. Knee. All right, so Mary, looks like you go to about here. Can you get here? Yeah, that far. Is that too far? Does that feel like it's too far? Yeah. So see if you can go there more, okay? Okay. But when you go here, don't send it out here like this. Keep it. It still has to come around and down. Sheet. Go. Okay, Dirk, same sort of thing. You kind of get into about here. Okay, it's closer, but not quite. Got to try and get it as far over as possible. That way, and you can also turn your shoulders a little bit too to help you move the arm more. Okay, let's do a couple more. Pitch. She. Go. Okay, so one thing I did see, just take a quick look. A couple of you. Okay, I think we've talked about this in the past, but you have to pay close attention to it. The first move shouldn't go away and then back in again. Okay, should be right from here, in, not out and in. Okay, so it's almost like you're winding up like a baseball player, bringing it way back here. If you could get the same speed from doing this, that would be a lot less visible to the batter, okay? But they're using all that wind up to get extra speed. We not necessarily don't need that. We just need proper squeeze this way to send it back this way. So make sure, first move. Okay, all right, let's go again. All right, so say left leg, hitch. knee. All right, Elliot and Elaine, that's a lot better. She, go. All right, so Mary, same sort of thing as Dirk was doing. You have a little pause. And what I mean by that, and you know, this is common, so don't think like I'm picking on you or anything like that. A lot of folks get this. So they get this, this little pause here. Instead of, as soon as you get to where you're going on the backside, start sending it. Notice you don't see my arm do this. You don't see a pausing of this arm at all. When I get here, I'm immediately releasing it. It's like a ball hitting the floor. Notice there's no pause. So the faster you go here, the faster your leg needs to be to catch up to your hands. And I think that's what causes a lot of folks to do the pause, is their legs are a little slow. So they use this time to let their legs catch up. So we've got to push, get the leg go faster. Don't stop on the back. Okay, so let's do a few more of those. Okay, so we're on, are we still on left side? Yeah, still on left side. All right, here we go. Let's do a couple more left side and we'll see if we can improve that. Itch. That's better, Mary. Yep. That's it, better, Dirk. I like it. She. Go. All right, Elaine, it's just still just a little bit there. Pay attention to it. Try and just go in with it, okay? It's hard habit to break. I get it, but just think about going in as soon as you start. Okay, let's go right leg. Ready? Itch. Knee. All right, that one was better, a lot better. Thump. Sheet. That's good, Eric. I like it. Go. All right, Andy, you got that pause going. You're faster than that. So that pause makes you slower. Okay, so bum. Think like that. When it comes back, it's got to go forward again. See, there you go. Now, you were so fast, your stance couldn't keep up, right? It was overly taxed because you had to slow it down. Okay, don't ever go slower just because you're a little off balance. Okay, it good. Some sheet. All right, Dirk, you got your back heel coming up. Go. All right, nice. All right, so go ahead and come off mute. Any comments, questions, thoughts?
So basically, Sensei, by the time you land on the block, the hand should be on the block, right?
Correct.
That's it, basically.
Yeah.
It seems like you know, it's the relaxation of muscles to go fast, and then the lockdown is you know, to compress the muscles. So
Right,
it's like
right. But don't forget the sudden explosion of the muscle going in the direction that you want to go is also important. So that's a contraction of the muscle as well. It's just,
okay.
It's the muscle. So if I'm punching, the muscles that send this is my chest, my shoulder a little bit, my bicep is relaxing, and my tricep is tensing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then I've also got my hip drive, which is coming from my quad, right, and also from the calf pushing into the floor. So all that is there. Once it gets a sudden explosion to get on the way, there's just enough energy on this side, this side, this side, this side to keep it on track until the very end, and then I finish it all down. All right. Anybody else got a comment? Questions? All right, let's get into our Heian Kata. So all that stuff in your basics goes into your katas. All right, so you have to try and work on those sort of things. I know we didn't get to our down block and shoot the blocks, but same principle for those. Okay, I can't open too much or else I'll lose this, right? So it's got to be here. It's got to be more 45-degree shoulder. Same thing with elbow position. It's got to be down here. Can't be too far out or too far down this way. Okay. All right, let's go through Heian Shodan. What's ich, ni, thump, shigo, rip, ich, hach, ku, right? Ich, ni, thump, shi, gup, rip, hitch, hach, right? Hitch, check your elbow position. One fist. Make sure you cross your elbow across. Send your left hand to the corner. Knee. Send your left hand to your right side. Thumb. Shi. Yame. Okay, so each time you do these, check. Check it. Does it feel like it's tight? Okay. Do Heian Shodan one more time. This time I want you to take it at your own pace, but I want you to go ahead and move fast. And then at the end of each one, we're not doing this in a official timing. At the end of each one, I want you to check. Does it feel like I got the right position? Does it feel like this whole arm? Does it feel like this whole arm is pulling all the way back into my rhomboids? Okay, yes, the pec is open because I'm pulling it past this position here. So once I get past here, my rhomboid has to do the other part. So I'm pulling it back to the backside. All right, so let's try to do this one full speed each technique, but take your time to check it. Make sure you got good connection at the very end. Begin. All right, how'd that go?
Sensei, when we're working on connection here, as far as that hammer fist strike,
Yeah.
what do you feel is a good position where you can really lock that in? Because, you know, it's the same thing. As you get further away, you kind of lose this connection and everything's in the shoulder and you're losing your back, latissimus and your deltoid, etc. So are you bringing that close in as well?
I would think so, because what's the muscle that brings it down?
Right, it's that back.
It's your lat muscle, right? So that lat muscle wants to have a tension. So yeah, bringing it out here would be fast and everything, but it wouldn't be connected to the body, and it would probably just bounce off, because now all I have is this arm doing the hitting. But if I bring this elbow back a little bit, I use my body weight drop. Now this is all connected with the body to be able to drop the weight on it.
And your distance is still a couple fists away.
Yeah,
from,
this one is not necessarily a sotuki position, but it's, you know, it's maybe a fist and a half in my opinion, but whatever I can still tense my lat in, okay? Because I do need to get some distance out of it. It's not quite an agiuke where everything goes away here and I'm just using my deltoid and my rhomboid and my pec. I want it to have just a little bit of distance so I can get out here onto the clavicle if I need it.
All right, thank you.
Okay. All right. Good question. All right. Hand knee nut. Again, paying attention to all the connection points. It's neat. Some sheet. It's neat. Some sheet. Go. Neat. Some sheet. It's neat. Some sheet. Go. Rook hitch. It's knee. Some sheet. It's knee. She. Yeah, man. Okay, again, same principle as the hand showed on. Want you to do each move 100%, but the end of them, check. Is it tensed? So when I come here, is it still tense? If I go too high, my rhomboid will end up being completely loose. Okay. Here, my back muscles are involved here too because it's an agiuke feeling. Okay. All right. Bicep, tricep, all engaged. Okay, so let's try this. So full techniques. Check for the engagement of your upper body. Also look at your stance too. Are you over rotated in your back stance or is it more forward? Begin. Hey. All right, feel some muscles you didn't realize you had, or some muscles that you didn't engage, and then all of a sudden you started engaging them. They felt a little tighter in that, maybe even in the hammer fist. You know, 1, 2. Really tense that rhomboid. Pull the elbow back. Okay. All right, hands on that. Just regular count. Again, check it on your own as you're going through it. Hitch, knee, hitch, knee, some, she, go, hitch, knee, some, she, go, rug, hitch, hitch. Yeah, man. And all right, so this one has some different techniques in it. You got to find a way to make them lock in at the very end of your fast technique. All right, so no count. You check, take your pace that you need to check it each time. Begin. Hey. Hey. All right. So on that one of the things that I found at the very end, I found that I was up here somewhere. I really wasn't connecting here. Bringing this down. So that was a good drill for me, even being able to find my spot, that this one was up, and I could feel my lat muscle and my pec weren't quite tensing in to the down position. I was thinking more this way instead of this way, putting on the neck restraint. Right. All right, any comments from Heian Sandan? Okay, so Heian Sandan has a lot of back movements. Okay, so you really got to focus on the rhomboids. Elaine, was that you?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
noticed when I was going down the line
Yeah.
that I was like lifting my shoulder up like, you know, all disconnected. I was coming down and locking, but I wasn't proceeding through properly. So that was
All right.
interesting.
Okay, well, it's always a good thing to find something on your own, because in that way it's something that now becomes your thing to work on, not just Sensei said something. Not that you would do that. I'm just saying it's a good idea to be able to be your own little sensei in your own head while you're doing things, because then it becomes something that you're aware of, and you can feel it, you can see it, and you can work on it. So nice, good. All right, Heian Yondan. Ich. Ni. Some. She. Go. Hitch. Check it. Neat. Some. Hey. Hitch. Check it. Hitch. Knee some. Hitch. Knee some sheet. Hitch. Hitch. Hey. Hitch. Yeah, man. All right, same way. Do Heian Yondan with self-checking. Begin. Hey. Hey. Let's. All right, good. Anybody find anything that they like to share that they were doing that they needed to change?
Just getting that connection on that first movement to try to really kind of get a sense of feeling of where that belongs, you know?
Yeah.
That upper hand, to make sure you don't stretch it way back over your head and then too far forward. So
Yeah, a little bit too far this way loosens up the deltoid, or actually the pectoral, right? And a little bit too high, too far back will get rid of the lat muscle too. So yeah, you're right. You're
And
right.
I find that when I tense too much going into that, my elbow starts drifting forward too much. You know what I mean? When I'm trying to
Well,
lock here.
That may
was
be
too
your
far
better
forward.
spot though. That may be your better spot. Notice where mine's at?
Oh, okay. So
Not
yours
great.
is,
I'm here because I'm tensing down in the center here. This is an Agiuke to the 45.
so it shouldn't be that real canted back.
Yeah, it's not
I
this.
was way too far back, almost 90 with my ear,
Yeah.
that I lost a lot of
Yeah.
connection.
There you go. So see, there you go. You learned something there. Nice. All right, anybody else? Everybody was doing it perfectly. Come on. All right, I guess I'll go, and hopefully somebody will have one of their own here. One of the things that I noticed on my first Morote Uke at the beginning, for after this one, going down to here in the Morote Uke, what I found was I was a little bit too far forward, thinking strike instead of just leaving this in nice and tight. Okay. Yes, it is a strike, but it should be connected here, because if I wanted to collapse, I want to bring it back to it. All right, so I'm connected here again. So even though I might use this as a strike, okay, don't let it stay out here. Leave it in nice and tight, connected, one fist away with a Morote Uke. Okay. All right, anybody else?
Yeah, I found that settling into the kakiwakis and doing them more effectively helped with my
Like this.
kick.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. And
Yeah.
sinking in with the stance too.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
very nice. Okay. Gives you a nice little bounce off it when you release it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So you're not like having to start over.
exactly.
Yeah, very good. All right. Keep it up. Okay. Next, Heian Goran. Wait a minute. What did I do here? There we go. Oh, Heian Goran. Begin. It's knee. Some. It's knee. Some. It's knee. Some. She go. It's knee. Some. She go. Rook. It's knee. Some. She go. And go. And bow. So I'll bet you find one on this one. Okay, ones that really show up a lot. I actually put my foot down a little narrow that time, and I didn't get to turn. So I didn't have all this squeeze that I normally get. So if you're not turning this hip all the way, you'll find that if you do a good analysis from here. Okay, so make sure you bring that elbow in and turn that hip forward when doing the groin strike. All right, same thing. Find your own connection here. Here we go. Begin. All right. Anybody find anything? Nobody want to share? Elaine's thinking about it.
Well, I didn't want to hog the whole show,
Okay, all
but
right.
even just right at the beginning, the when you coming back up through the center before you go to the other side,
Yeah.
that coming up and then going, you can't just glide through it. You have to tense and then go. And
Mhm.
I think that being on Zoom for oh so long, it's really easy to get lazy.
All right. Well, I could bring over a shinai for your husband to hit you with it, and you just tell him when to hit you.
That's all
Okay,
right.
now.
I'll self-discipline here.
Yeah, you're right. It's a little bit harder on Zoom because you're the one who's got to pay the most attention, and it's not just me watching you and so on. So I get it. Andy, do you have something?
Yeah, I was gonna say, Sensei, that I think being more aware about checking for connections, I'm finding myself looking throughout the kata, basically, even with moves that I previously didn't try to connect.
Mhm.
Yeah, because some of the blocks, we're always aware, but some of the other ones, I'm kind of thinking about the whole thing, and I'm finding connections with things that I didn't look before, which was typically not the kata, not the blocks, but like these intermediate moves and checking for connections after every move.
Yeah. All right. Very good. Very good. Yeah. One thing, don't misinterpret too, and I'm just kind of adding on to your part. So finding those connections are good, but don't think that everyone has to be a long drawn out tension. Okay. Because some of these are just very, very short. Okay. They're just like the bouncing ball type of thing. Others are throw it into the mud and then explode out because it's a hand grenade style. Okay. So if I could quickly demonstrate. So yes, look at and break it down a little bit for finding the points where you should tense. Okay. Now, real life is I tense that on the first uchiuke very quickly. So it has a like a bow and arrow, just pulling it back, letting it go. All right. So it's good to kind of get individual techniques to find that connection, but you also have to be able to combine by shortening up the tension point. Does that make sense, Andy?
Yes, Sensei, sure.
All right, good.
Basically, check for connection, but preserve the form and the rest of the kata content.
Excellent. All right, thanks for sharing. Anybody else got one?
Sensei, I think a lot of times, we're so used to moving through these katas that taking the time to feel our way through the kata is so important. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I find it very beneficial, like you said, to kind of feel where everything is at and where it maybe hasn't been as we've been just kind of moving through them. So.
Yep. That's why we do basics still. All right, let's move on to Heian Godon. I'm not sure we're going to get through all the techies. We're down to 9 minutes left. We'll see. Okay. I'm sorry. We just did Heian Godon. So now we are on Tekki. All right, good. All right. Let me switch it up here. All right. Tekki Shodan. Itch. Tension. Need some. See. Go. So notice, wow, see how that opens? It's back here, not here. See the difference in the muscles? Tension here makes it want to go that way and resist that way. Tension here, resist that way, or maybe throw something over there so I can hit it. Okay, stepping across. Itch. Knee samshi. Itch. Tension. Knee. tension, some, she, hey, it's me, some, she, go, it's me, it's tension, me, some, she, yeah, man. Okay, so one thing I know about Tekki, one thing I've kind of discovered about Tekki on my own here and also through some research with other folks is that many of these techniques go to a position where you'll never get to. Okay, if I've got somebody's arm in here and I want to bring it down into here, into my body, I can't get it there. I just can't get it there because their arm's in the way and they're resisting some, right? So I'm going to try and bring it as hard as I can using my muscles. So from here, bringing this down this way, and I can use these to strike, but I got to use all this pressure here into my body, pulling these in order to compress their arm mechanically. Now, granted, there are also the pressure point stuff that we can do too, but those are bonus. If you can't make it work mechanically, you're not going to be able to make it work with pressure points, because that's a point solution that you don't necessarily get to in a very messy situation. Okay. The other part too is I was commenting this, you got to change back muscle to pectoral muscle. So rhomboid to pectoral this way. So this kata does a lot of that. First one is rhomboid, pectoral, rhomboid, pectoral, or rhomboid again, pectoral. Okay, so this one changes back to front, and like I say, I may try and throw him over here, but he may not go all the way. But I'm trying to get him to go there, and if he only goes here, that's still fine. I can hit him. Okay. All right, let's go one more time. Let's take our own tempo, starting on your own, and let's see if you can find the connection points. Each one still do full speed, but just check it at the end of the full speed. It's our begin. All right, how many feel like you've been lifting weights today? There's a lot of muscle tension going on here, which is good. Anybody find anything in their Tekki they'd like to share? Dirk, anything? I haven't heard you pipe in yet. Nothing? All right. All right, let's go Tekki knee down. Yeah, we might get through it all. All right, here we go. Let's Tekki knee down. Oh, it's knee. She go. It's knee. It's knee. It's knee. Hey. Remember, horse. That one I was on truly on autopilot. I wasn't thinking about what was next. I was thinking about, am I making the right tension or not? So hopefully I didn't miss any techniques. All right, let's do it again. Time at your own pace and find the connection points. Even in your stances, make sure your stances stay down. You're squeezing. Okay, here we go. Hajime. All right, good. Anybody care to share on that one? All right, Tekki Sandan. Let's itch, knee, thumb, chi, go, rook, hitch, hotch, eight, hitch, knee, thumb, chi, go, rook, hitch, hotch, two, two, hey. All right, has everybody got that, or does somebody need one more with me to get it down? Thumbs up, everybody good? All right, Elaine, all right, okay. Kids on the, not on video, you're missing out. All right, here we go. Last kata of the night, Tekki Sandan. Again, check for your connection points. Hajime. Hey! Hey! All right, well. All right. We did it. I didn't think we were going to get through it all, but must be my superior planning.
Can do another 100 katas.
What's that?
Can do another 100 katas in an
Oh
hour.
yeah, there you go. Yeah. You guys didn't think we could do those, but I timed it out. I just whether or not we had the stamina to do it. That was the question. Hey, what? By the way, just while we have a minute or two to finish up, I saw a nice explanation of ki the other day, and the guy that I saw posted it from an explanation from one of his sensei about ki, and he explained it because the question was, well, what does a ki sound like? What should it sound like? And the answer from the sensei was, well, picture you're in the jungle, or maybe in one of the plains and you see a tiger. You can't run because the tiger will chase you down and then eat you, right? So your only way to maybe get this tiger to change its mind is to give a yell. Now, you wouldn't say yell or hey you type of thing. It would be this, ah! That should be your ki. Whatever it takes to just be in the moment and let out the air, let out your mind and intent. Because that analogy has a couple things in mind. One is the intent. You want that tiger to go away. Number two, you want to send your energy toward them. And you want to breathe out to make it loud enough so that they get it gets the proper volume to maybe put some fear into it. Not saying it will. Don't try this at home, kids. But that was, I like that analogy. Now, one of the things that I used to say for beginners who didn't really have an understanding, I would just say, start with ha or height or hut, H-U-T or height. But eventually you'll find the voice that comes to you when you do your ki. So everybody's got a little different ki. I have a different ki sometimes with different kata. I don't know why. It just comes out differently. But the analogy of just sending out the voice that comes with the hara being tense so hard and the breath and so on and the intent going forward. It just, whatever that comes out, do not ever do ki. I've heard that at tournaments and it just drives me nuts. But that's what their teacher told them, and I don't count against it at tournament in the lower levels, but in the upper levels, yeah, that's not right. So, all right, great class.